All right, everybody, we're gonna go get started with our runner-up here at the 2021 WGC Dell Technologies Match Play, Scottie Scheffler. Scottie, I know it was a tough end there, but I mean, making it, going the distance in this event, and making it to today. I mean, I guess as you look back on this week, what do you think you'd be most proud of?
Yeah, I think I'm proud of the way I fought all week. My game was trending in the right direction pretty much the entire time, and this afternoon was really the first time I didn't feel like I played my best, or not didn't play my best. I think this afternoon was probably my worst round out of the last four, I think. And so I mean I grinded it out. I fought really hard, and I just wasn't able to make the putts this afternoon.
And then just briefly before we go into questions, I mean, as you exited the 17th green, I mean, the support out there was unbelievable. And if you could just kind of comment on how much you really felt that, and over this past week.
Yeah, for sure. Ton of energy from the fans. It was a lot of fun having them out there. They kept me going all week. Definitely encouraged me to keep fighting, and it was so much fun having people out there hooting and hollering again.
Perfect. All right, we'll go right into questions. If you have a question, just type your name in the chat, and we'll call on you. We'll start with Doug Ferguson with the Associated Press.
Scottie, it's a long week, but why do you think you didn't play to your standard in the afternoon?
I just couldn't really get anything going. I got a few weird breaks at the beginning of the round, and then a few silly shots here and there, and just didn't make the putts. A couple of misreads. Can't really put my finger on it. It's just it's golf. It's a hard game. You can't always play your best, but I did what I could with what I had today. It just wasn't enough.
And then on the putts that hurt the most, I guess, 12 or 14.
I'd say
12 would have been a huge steal.
Yeah, I mean, those are the putts that I've been making all week up until this point. It seemed like every time I had an opportunity like that, I was pouring those putts in. And today, just didn't fall. I hit my line on 12. 14 probably started a touch right and just didn't go in. It happens. I felt like I approached each shot mentally the way I needed to, and then it just didn't perform. So as long as I stick to my routine and just keep things rolling, I'm sure I'll make those putts in the future.
Thanks, Guy.
All right, next we'll go to Rex Hoggard, golfchannel.com.
Scottie, if you look at the way you played the par fives, I mean, you kind of left the door open, and every single time you kind of had the hole and kept things going. Did that actually provide you a little bit of motivation? I know your game was off, but did that kind of keep you going?
Yeah, for sure. I had a really good save at the beginning of the round. I got that weird bounce. I can't remember what hole it was. 6, I think. I had that terrible bounce off the tree that went against the fence. I made a great par there. And then I kind of tossed one away on the next hole. But I got things back in check pretty quickly. I just wasn't able to make any birdies this afternoon. I couldn't really get that spark that I needed. And I gave myself some opportunities, just wasn't able to make the putts.
And is there something to be said in this particular format that just doing enough to get by is more important? And I know you said that this was probably your worst round, but I know there's rounds sometimes where you just don't play your best golf and you get the win.
Yeah, I would say the beginning of the week I did not have my best stuff and was able to just squeeze out wins, make the important putts at the right time, especially this morning. I did not feel like I was playing too great, but I made that huge putt there on 17 and was able to close that round out. And I think I did that pretty much every time this week until the last match. And, that's golf. That's what happens.
Thanks, guys.
All right, next, Art Strickland, I see you have your hand raised. You have a question?
Yeah, I've got you. Scottie, can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. You said your game's trending in the right direction, and you've got next week you're playing in San Antonio, same deal. Crowds will be backing you and everything. Does that make you more excited to get to Augusta? When you played there in the fall, you're trending in the right direction. Does that make you more excited for what you have coming up in a couple weeks?
Yeah, for sure. I didn't really feel great about my game leaving the Players. My swing did not feel very good, but this week, hitting a lot of really good shots under pressure definitely gives me some confidence going forward into these next two events.
Well, good, Art. All right, next we have John High with Fox 7 Austin.
Yeah, Scottie, what are two of the biggest things you take away from this as you move forward?
I think one of my biggest takeaways is, most of the week I performed when I needed to. Obviously, this last match I didn't perform there towards the end, but up until that point, when I really needed to make a putt or hit a really nice shot, I did that. And so a lot of confidence going forward, performing under pressure, and especially match play. Just the guys I had to go through this week, a lot of talent out here in the field, and to make it the finals is definitely some confidence going forward.
All right, and next we have Shane Ryan, Golf Digest. Go ahead, Shane.
Scottie, how you doing? I'm curious, you mentioned that you like match play. Do you think you can elaborate on what it is about the format that fires you up and makes you play so well?
For me, I think it's really simple. You just got to beat the guy that's in front of you, and I really, really hate losing. And I'm pretty pissed off right now. And so I hate this feeling, and I'll do anything in my power to not have to feel this way again in match play. So for me, it's just I really, really do not like to lose, and I think that's why I tend to perform well, just because there's one person in front of you, and I don't like to lose. I like to win, and yeah, that's how it goes. But tip of the cap to Billy. I'm happy for him. Even though I'm mad, I'm happy for him.
A real quick follow-up there. Because you have that combative nature and you're really good when there's one person in front of you, do you ever wish that golf was more of a sport where this happens more often?
I think we have a good balance. It's nice to have this tournament. We have a lot of team events in which there's plenty of match play, and so I think we have a good balance right now. It's nice to kind of have this event mixed in, and stroke play is still the same. When you put yourself in contention, it's almost more fun to get to beat a few more people.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, guys, we got a few more here. Go Kirk Bowles, Austin Statesman.
Yeah, Scottie, is your confidence that you take from this, is it something that you think will help you in big tournaments like the majors, something that you can draw on?
Yeah, I think early in my career, I've already seen myself perform in big moments and big events, and I look forward to continuing to do that far into the future. I think this week is definitely a little bit of a confidence boost. I'm obviously unhappy with how it finished, but definitely some confidence moving into the next two events.
And I know it's real far out, but do you even allow yourself to entertain thoughts of maybe making the U.S. Ryder Cup team?
Yeah, obviously I want to be on that team. It's not going to cross my mind when I'm out on the golf course, because that's, what is it, March? How many months is that, like 6 months? Yeah, 6 months away, so we got a lot of golf, a lot of big tournaments coming up, and, that's way in the distance.
But I think beating Poulter and Rahm, two heavyweights like that, surely wouldn't hurt your case any, would it?
No, I don't think. I think winning any matches isn't going to hurt my case.
Thanks, Scottie.
All right, we'll do two more here, guys. Tim Schmidt with Golf Week.
Yeah, hey, Scottie. Thanks for doing this. You talked about how you like Billy and how close your relationship is. It's one of your favorite guys to be out there with. Does that make it odd when you're, in this type of situation, a match play situation? It's funny, Paul Azinger kept saying, yeah, these guys are, happy and hugging and friendly. Does that take away from the juices, or does that actually make it just a little easier for you to kind of play your game?
I like beating my friends. I don't know how you guys feel. Beating my friends is fun. I think, I'm pretty cordial with most of the guys out here. I mean, I had a lot of fun with Ian. I had a lot of fun with Johnny and Cooch as well. And most of the guys I played this week, I feel like I get along with most of the guys out here pretty well. Billy's definitely one of my favorites out here, and happy to see him win. But it's very fun to beat your friends.
Cool. Thanks.
All right, we'll finish up. Doug Ferguson, Associated Press.
Yeah, Scott, I just had one more. In terms of not being able to find a spark or make a putt or not having your swing the way you wanted to, and you still take it 17 holes, do you take anything out of that?
Yeah, I think I did a good job staying patient today. I didn't really force things. I think really the only time I kind of tried to force something in there was probably on the par 5 12. But other than that, I stayed real patient all day. I didn't get ahead of myself. I gave myself the opportunities that I needed to without my A game, and I just wasn't able to get it done.
What did you force on 12? Which shot are you talking about?
The second shot into the green, I wasn't as comfortable as I wanted to be with the wind, and I didn't commit, and I kind of just tried to force one in there without really thinking, and that was probably just really the only mistake that I think where I just didn't approach the shot appropriately. Other than that, I approached every shot the way I wanted to today.
You talked or heard on TV anyway about not getting through the ball. Was that a problem, and is that hard to fix in the middle of a round?
Not really. I mean, that's just lack of commitment on that golf shot. And other than that, everything's fine.
Okay. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thanks, Doug.
Scotty. We appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank y'all.
Thanks, Henry. Good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
See y'all.